Happy Tuesday, guys. I want to get on here and give you guys a reaction. We're gonna react to my Jazzy Life. Her basic video was called Night Routine for a Newborn plus four other kids. Basically, Jasmine goes through the routine of getting the baby ready because she gave birth to well, he's 1 year old now, legendary, and she also gives a night routine with her other kids, the other four. But basically, she gives him a bath in the kitchen, which is a no in my book. She got a whole sink that she could have put gave him a bath in. Not only did the fact that she gave him a bath was about to drown him with all that water, and still I ain't see no soap. I saw soap, but I ain't see no soap on him. Let me clarify that. No soap bubbles on him. Period. He was full of water, but no soap. I don't understand Jasmine at all because at the end of the day, the people did above and beyond for her as far as her register was concerned. They bought everything on the website, even down to the crib. So explain to me why the baby don't have no socks on, and most importantly, you are wiping him down probably in the area where the air is on, and wondering why he's already taking medication. He ain't even 2 months old for thrash. You're not cleaning his bottles, keeping them safe, and most importantly, you're not sanitizing his bottles. Now you got that little grass, little rack over there that you had them to buy, and you're not doing the bare minimum. That's taking your stuff and washing it. I ain't see you take the bottle and put it on the sink and put them in a hot water, let them boil. That's an old school method way of sterilizing anything. It's very unsanitary. And most importantly, it's just lazy, pure laziness. That's why the baby got thrash. I have had 3 kids, and none of my kids have never had thrash. And I tell you why I know they never had thrash. Because when somebody said the baby had thrash, I ain't know what that was. Basically, what it is, the baby got to build up all that milk on his tongue. You know where that come from? Not brushing his tongue. When he's a baby, he don't have no teeth, so therefore you can't brush him. That's why they tell you to take a clean cloth and wash all that excess milk off of there. But I think thrash is a little worse than that. But that's just my old school opinion what it is. But she giving the baby medicine like he 2 years old or something already. The baby ain't been in the world 6 months. Then she rubbing him down after she finally dried him off with some chest rub that's for 3 months and up. Now make it make sense. And it's something basically kind of like melatonin because I used to buy it for my kid, but he was at that time he was 6 months. He was having trouble sleeping. Anybody knows that a baby that age sleep most of the time anyway. So why you gonna get them stress rub like they got colic or something? I don't understand Jasmine's motor thinking, and most important, I don't even really think she'd be thinking. Then she gets to the point where she bathes the twins together, which is a no. They're twins, they boy and girl, they should be bathed separately. Then you don't even wash their little hair. You could tell when she got them out the actual bath and was still filming them. They would look like her hair need washing. I'm saying to myself, you had her in there and wouldn't even wash her hair. That's lazy. You could have took her hair down before you had put her in there and washed her hair, and take her brother hair down and do the same. His hair looked like he got some bad struggle braids and she too cheap to get a haircut. That's what his hair screams. Now, if you're gonna keep his little hair braided down, you need to do just what it said: braid it down and keep it managed. You're supposed to wash it, condition it, and braid it down. If you can't keep that up, then you might need to cut it. I mean, he's a handsome little boy, but it's the way that she keep him his hygiene. It's sad. Now, I never seen kids that got out of the bath and look like they need to be in the bath. I mean, come on. It's just the fact that she watched the baby in the sink and then messed around and did in the same video showed us cooking chicken and Winston in the same sink. I was like, make it make sense. Not to mention months ago, before the baby even came, she had washed the dog in there. Come on now. Uh what in the I don't know what's going on is you thinking. You got all these babies here. I don't see no Lysol, I don't see no Lysol wipes, I don't see no bleach, I don't see nothing on your counter. I don't like your counter even know what a Lysol wipe is. You got a whole baby up in there. Not to mention she got baby empty water bottles all up under the couch. Then she filming it and then take the time to edit and tell you she edited and know how sitting up to edit that BS out. Jasmine is a hot mess and I ain't gonna take it back. It's sad. And I'm gonna say hot mess because that's being nice. I mean, how in the world you got a whole nigga living with you? You struggling, then you add to your pile. People are paying to support your kid, and then you can't do one simple thing. Let's do a night routine and make him look like it's something. I mean, come on, Jad. You are sad. You got straight content and you dropped the ball. Not to mention you got the content off a reactor because she just said it in one of her live streams. But you know, the math ain't mathing over there. I don't understand. You could have just really just made all about basic literature like you always been doing, not edit all the other stuff out, meaning not did nothing with the other kids if you weren't gonna make it look like nothing. If you had did it the right way and did execute it professionally and edited it like it should have been, that one video could have got you 10Ks. Because people love get night routines with kids, especially with people with multiple amounts of kids. You got twins and you got two other children and a baby. That's content and views. So explain to me why you doing these struggle productions. Cause that's what they are. Then you obviously showing us that Chris ain't there. Then you fried that old season chicken. It was a thumbnail in somebody's video for me of how mine was looking at the chicken when you put it down there. It was over seasoned, it probably wasn't even done. Cause the amount of time you were frying, I knew it wasn't done. Come on now. And then not to mention you like you had a half a pack of chicken legs and you was taking that feeding 4 kids. Tell me how that makes sense. I go through a pack of chicken legs all the time. I pretty much know how many in there. We be 10, 11. And me and my son eat two a piece, and ain't no way I'm gonna be able to eat half of it, meaning like it's gonna last me maybe 2 days. So how you was able to take one half a pack and make a meal for 4 kids? Make it make sense. And I'm pretty sure you ate two. So according to my math, that should be 8 chicken wings. So how half of them fed your whole family. When I said the whole family, your 4 kids and you. What you saying? Each one of y'all had one chicken leg. That's the only way it could have happened. I mean, it makes no sense. You getting PBT, you probably get EBT anyway. So why in the world are you trying to eat basic meals? And you giving them struggle meals at that. We in a pandemic. You getting PBT if you ain't getting the regular EBT. Come on now, Jazz. Your freezer ought to be stocked, and most important, sort your pantry. You have one. So the kids should be eating balanced meals and most important, nutritious meals. Now you used to do these get ready with me's where you be showing us what you send the kid for lunch, but it be a hot mess. So I mean, you need to get it together. Not only as a parent, but as a person. I mean, why would you send your children to school eating something you wouldn't even eat? You know you can't cook, just make sandwiches. Because they ain't to the point they can microwave it anyway. I mean, come on. I mean, if you're gonna send kids, send meals, send meals. If you can't send a meal, then stay in your lane and keep that food in the household and let them eat lunch. Because I think whatever they give them at lunch is way better than what you giving them. I'm not understanding. Then you did a clean with me video one time. You needed to clean before you did the clean with me. That's how dirty your house was. And the reason why you only put that video out because somebody had put a thumbnail of how black your feet was. You had no vlogging on the video and went to walk, and somebody did a thumbnail real quick of your feet and seeing how black your feet was. Your feet was the color of the tar outside when they be actually filling the potholes. It's sad. Your floor got to the point it's that dirty. So that tells me it's full of germ. You got this baby laying on the floor. Might as well say in this little expensive thing that actually bounces him in the air when you could have took no more than $10 about some cleaning pods and mopped your floor. It's sad. People gifted you a mop and a broom set because that same mop and broom set that you showed when you finally did the clean with me. I just see you used to use the same wipe to wipe down the actual microwave, the doors, and the floor with that one wipe. Because shout out to Eric's, they the one that did the thumbnail or they did a short of it. They were brought attention to the fact that you did not do a clean with me, even though you were cleaning. I mean, that would hence the word what I said. You be clean before you do clean with me. It's called a deep clean. What you should have did. And your house not shouldn't be to the point where it's that dirty. When you do a clean with me, all you should have to do is wipe down a couple counters, wash some dishes, and roll the beautiful bean footage. But in your videos, you're gonna have to. It's gonna take you an hour. Just do a clean with me. Your house just that dirty and filthy. And it's sad. You got a whole newborn over there, and you got other kids. Then you wonder why they be sick. You done had the COVID. The kids have been sick, and the baby is sick as well. So what more do you need to see over there? I mean, come on. She took and what really stuck the nail in the coffin when she got through bathing the baby with the same rag she had washed his body. She took it and wiped his mouth off. Now, it's two things wrong with that. You probably had that down in his private area, and you was too sorry to go get a fresh towel and wipe his little face. But here's a little lifeline I'm gonna throw to you. You could have dried him off, and if you felt like his mouth was that dirty still, you could have took a baby wipe and wiped his little mouth. That's how he gets sick. Taking germs off his other body and putting it toward his mouth. Because more than likely, when they little babies, they cool a lot and they take they little tongue go across their little lips. And that's how you get germs. Come on now, Jasmine. You have to use common sense. Most important, if you're gonna be nasty, at least be able to edit it out. I mean, come on. You say you edited. I don't think you be editing. I think you just be saying it to make yourself sound smart on camera. You're looking dumb. But if you really was smart, in my mindset, you would be get you a work from home job. That way you have extra income. You don't have to get on here dry begging. Because that actual production that you made about that little girl birthday party was sad. It was hard to watch. It's a hot mess. It's a shame that people have to make videos every year to tell you that first of all you need to pay attention to your daughter, and most importantly, give your daughter attention. And on top of that, present her with a perfect, not a perfect, but a baby, but a party. Period. Nobody tried to tell you as a parent. You have 4 kids and then you just had a baby. Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing. Now your concept and your videos that you put out, I mean, it be an attempt, but it be executed so poorly. Now, if you got time to do all that, you got time to do other things. Now, I was military for years. Now, they always told me, and this run true even when I was working in the actual restaurant. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. If you take that concept in your household, your house will be halfway clean, Jam. And it's sad. It don't take a whole lot to buy some products. You gotta use some Lysol that you can spray on your counters. You can buy you some wipes already got the Lysol in there and they got spray. So tell me why the math ain't mathing on your hygiene over there. But it's the fact that you washing the baby in the sink for me. Mind you, now I told you a couple months ago that same sink you watch a dog in. Then you in there washing your chicken in there, and then I ain't see no soap or water touch your hand before you touch your meat. That's salmonella. Come on now, Jasmine. Sometimes you got to use something called common sense. They said common sense a lot of times ain't common. In your case, that's very, very true. You got mother 5 kids, and you got the brain of a 3-year old. Forget a 14-year old, 3-year old. Your mindset is based on Chris, and that's it. You don't see nothing else but him. But you gotta understand, if he don't take care of his own kids that he birthed in the world, what make you think he'll take care of a child with you? What you thought you was better? Just like people said, I guess you figured because he was a golden child, you named him legendary. That meant something. They ain't mean nothing. Just another child he added to the roster that he ain't finna take care of. Just another child for you to take care of. That makes sense. So I'm not gonna sit on here and say I'm bashing you. I'm just giving my opinion because at the end of the day, it's hard to watch. And this train wreck has been happening for a minute. Now you get this misconception that everybody that following you is following you for the right reason. No, they're not. Most people just like a train wreck. They can't look away. That's what really makes them keep watching your channel. I mean, you say what you want to say, be whoever you want to be, but in the end of the day, Jab, you need to do better. It is sad. Now I ain't gonna sit here and say that the whole video was a bust, but baby, it was not to the point where it was making any sense. I still cringe watching you watch that baby. You was putting that water right on his little face, and you could have drowned him right there on video. Not to mention, you had his whole little body drenched in water, and you did not think to put the little towel under the water and put that some of that Johnson's on there and make some suds. Because the thing about Johnson's or any product they making now, you ain't got to put but a little bit, gonna make some suds. I ain't see no suds. I ain't see nothing on the baby. Come on now, Jab. And then on top of that, you washing him in the sink. No, ma'am. You have a whole bathroom sink that you could have washed him in. That's what they could make baby tubs for. You could have put him in the bathtub with no water in there and did the same thing in the tub. I mean, it's no excuse. You have 2 bedrooms over there and you got a whole sink. So why was you putting the baby in the sink? What you were trying to make so you could prop your little camera up and prove that you were doing something? Yeah, you proved that you don't know what you're doing. And it's sad that you got folk other kids and you ain't learned from them. Mothering should be second nature to you at this point, Jasmine. Come on now. I've never seen somebody that don't have a mothering bone in their body, and I can say that. I'm gonna tell you why. As my mother myself, I got 3 kids, and the stuff that you put out on those videos, as you can tell, is forced and fake for the camera. Now I'm gonna go back to my birthday party. It's sad. I've been watching you strong for about 4 years now. For all 4 of them years, that baby had a piss poor tip at a party. And it's sad that this year you was blessed with a house and all you had to do was do one simple thing, cook. And the baby would have had a nice birthday party. But no, you took us on this little rant where you had to throw out some content to try to throw us in our face and took us to something like a upscale Chuck E. Cheese. And it's sad. Now, the little girl did look good once you dressed her up, but it's sad that that's the best I've seen her ever since I've been watching you. There's no consistency in your children. You don't keep their hair did. You don't do none of that. Only time the children really get a real nice hairdo is when they go to their grandma's house. And that woman to the point, just like she stated, that she's sick. She really can't do it like she used to do. If you feel like you that to the lazy, go and get their little hair braided to last. And they got enough hair where somebody can braid their own hair down. It's no excuse, Jasmine. That will make less work for you, and all you have to do is get the baby ready in his little hair is to the point where it'll lay. The people done bought you everything you need down to the wipes and everything. Explain to me why that baby walking around with no socks on his little feet. It ain't quite winter, but it's still fall. His little pores open, he'll get sick. And we're in the middle of COVID, matter of fact. Excuse me for saying that, but cause they say stuff about certain words. But anyway, I ain't meant to say that. But people get to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not talking about the kids, cause the kids ain't has to be there. I'm speaking on her and what she putting out. Now, people can feel how they want to feel about it, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm the type of person, you call a spade a spade, you cannot call a heart. Now, I ain't saying Jasmine is the worst mother, but at the end of the day, she ain't the best. But she got a lot of improving to do. And you think with each child she will get better, look like she get worse. And then you always throw this baby up on the camera. He had to look like, I just got up. Can you please get that camera out of my face? I notice every time when you have birthday parties for the little kids, you ain't get them chance to get up and go in there, brush their little teeth or nothing, or get themselves situated before you stick the camera in their face. You wait able them up and just do the most. I be looking at the little baby like this saying, wow, here we go again. But ain't that wrong with vlogging, but it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. I mean, if you to the point where you was watching Chrissy channel, you should have been taking notes with your pen and paper. Look like you was taking notes with etch a sketch, and you messed around and erased it. Cause Miss Strong Mama Chris over there, she got the recipe for success. If you had stuck with her, you'd been halfway where you need to be. And then you brought on Just Jazz, and it's sad that her channel surpassed your channel. Come on now, make it make sense, Jazz. How you gonna be mommy on a leader? Put out some people, and they done got more subs than you. Not saying you supposed to be putting them out there for them not to fail. That's not where I'm going with it. You supposed to be to the point where you have some type of success if you gonna promote them. And then you be having people paying you for shout outs. You don't even put their content up there, and most importantly, you don't give them proper shout out. You might do about 2 minutes of a shout out. No, ma'am. You got people paying for that? Uh-uh. I ain't trying to go in on Jazz. I could, but I ain't. But there's already a channel out there that's doing that. It's called Young and the Restless. Then we got hoes on YouTube, and most important, My Shabby Life. But hoes YouTube really don't do nothing but screenshot what you be already put out. So at the end of the day, you be doing it to yourself. Now you would think with the My Shabby Life stuff that was out about you, you would be cleaning up your act. You say you out of this contract that you have with these people, and you got all your money back now. So what's the problem? It was no excuse for the mind not to have a decent birthday party. No. You can't give me a valid reason, valid excuse, none of that. And then you got on here with this answer you had made up on your way over there about the fact that the Phillips side of the family wasn't going to participate. That still shouldn't have been the reason why you didn't have a birthday party. Ain't you got a backyard? I know the world they was holding the money and they was finna pay, and therefore that's why the production didn't go on. When you gonna tell something, tell it right. Ozzy, which shares a baby daddy, which you was the one that told it. She said the whoever the family member you were speaking of, they was already sick, so you already knew it is. So explain to me why the baby had a birthday party, but it still wasn't hitting on that. I know why. Mama Deuce had to go in on it. Hence the reason why she was there. And I'm not just saying she was there just because she wouldn't be there anyway. That's why she was there, because she was helping paying for it. Chris ain't finna do nothing. All Chris gonna do is go up and down the road in your car. That every time he tell your mama got to fix. Tell me how they even make a halfway sense. If my mama got to fix my car, that's my answer. He don't need to be in my car, around my car, none of that. You need a tire, you had to go to your mama. I mean, you had to go to your mom for everything, but to get you a clue. Cause she threw subliminals at you in her video. It's sad. Your mom is sick, and she got to get off her sick bed to help you with some kids that you created. I mean, at some point you got to grow up. You got to put your big girl panties on. I mean, I don't understand Jazz. I think I could live to be my age twice, and I still wouldn't understand her. I really wouldn't. Now, some people I can give them a little criticism and move along and say, hey, maybe they'll learn from it. But Jasmine type person, she'll know what the recipe is, but she's still gonna do how she want to do. And you know, it is what it is. Jasmine ain't gonna try to change, so therefore her content ain't gonna try to change. But yeah, I had to get on here and tell y'all what it was for her. And I am to the point where I was gonna make a video about it, but I have a video I'm gonna put out. Like I told y'all, check out my review that I did of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I got part 1 and 2. It's uploaded now. So by the time y'all wake up, it should be ready for y'all to view. But I already have season 3 up. I hope you guys will go over there and like and comment. And I appreciate everybody asking, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you on the next one.